So we're playing as James Sunderland. He's arriving in the town of Silent Hill, Maine, after
Mhm.
receiving a letter from his wife, Mary. That's what the premises of this game is going to be based on, trying to find our wife, Mary.
Exactly. So the intro is quite slow. It's just running and walking, and that's pretty much it. The first enemy is 5 minutes into the game, so it's quite a very slow introduction, but interesting if you're playing this game for the first time. Of course, super interesting this introduction. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a running simulator here at the beginning, but that kind of helps you get control, James, because Silent Hill, they're a little tricky to control at first.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's even clunkier than the previous one.
I agree. They definitely don't move like a traditional Resident Evil game. They have their own like mechanics, like with the running and the combat that you have to get used to.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make our way to a graveyard or a cemetery here at the bottom of the hill. We're gonna meet the game Angela.
There's also, it's quite, I don't know if fun is the word, but all the interactions with the characters are kind of weird in a sort of way, but it fits in the game. It's like these uncanny conversations and interactions, but also I think it fits in the game.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely aren't like normal casual style conversations. They're very awkward.
Yeah. So now this is pretty straightforward.
We're heading into the town.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what our first creature is going to be here.
The first one is going to be I don't know the names actually. It's the thing that pukes some kind of smoke or something like that.
That's right.
Yeah, you have to kill it with a stick in a very close encounter.
Tunnel area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you can see, the reset of this run is it's a bit painful sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Angela did tell us to stay out of the town, and of course, what do? We run right toward the town.
Yeah. James is filled with determination.
He definitely wasn't a track star, that's for sure.
Yeah. Also, doing the run in the normal difficulties, I think is way better to experience the no hit of this game, because the hard difficulties, even as I think, is quite a bit boring, especially the last 20 minutes of the run, because you are actually the last two main bosses, which are Mary and the two pyramid heads before the Mary encounter. You can probably spend 15 minutes in those fights, because it takes so long. For example, the last boss, Mary, you have to spend 10 minutes running around without any ammunition and health items in order to trigger the final. In order to trigger the fight to end. It's like a weird feature that is also included in the first Silent Hill. And in hard difficulties, you don't take the risk to fight Mary at all. You just run around and dodging attacks 10 minutes straight, and that's how the fight works in hard difficulty. But in normal, actually, you fight her, which is quite, well, it's way faster. So
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. So you actually do fight the final boss in the normal difficulty run.
yep.
That's cool. Yeah, that was a weird mechanic. I don't know, it was a weird mechanic where a lot of the bosses, if you just run around long enough with no ammunition,
Mm-hmm.
boss will time out and you win automatically.
Exactly. So unfortunately, it's
We're
the
coming to the
best way to
apartment
do.
complex, right?
Ah, yeah. The next area is the apartment complex.
Oh, here's the first,
Yeah.
hey, that does take a long time to get there. Holy crap. It's 6
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, 6 minutes of interaction. That's why this game is. The reset is painful. Just leave it there.
I bet. Especially if you're deep into a run and then you gotta experience that 6 minutes of nothingness until you get back to
Exactly.
playing again.
Yeah.
And props to anyone that runs this game hitless, because this is not an easy game to do hitless,
Hmm.
even on normal.
It's a tricky game, that's for sure. So now he has to pick the key from the for the apartments. I think in normal difficulty there's a cockroach here, but I don't really know. I just played the game. Well, I did the run in hard difficulty, and in hard difficulty some changes happen. So I don't know if there's a cockroach here in normal difficulty. Maybe it is. I don't really know. But if he's going so fast, I bet there's no cockroach. I guess.
You just run right past it.
Ah, he ran up. Okay, okay.
It's pretty normal for a Silent Hill game. A lot of running around in fog and a lot of locked doors. We're gonna see, there's a ton of locked doors. We're not gonna see them because Dell knows which ones are locked. But if you're doing a casual playthrough, expect a lot of locked doors.
Yep. Especially in this game, I think. So now we are entering the apartment section, which is the first main section of the game. It is not very long. It's a very long section, I think. But it has a boss fight. We can call it like that. When you are the first encounter is, well, your first encounter with Pyramid Head, which is a battle of, you have to wait until the alarm, some kind of alarm rings, sorry, and that's pretty much the fight. But it can be tricky, or it can be also tricky because the hitboxes in this game are also a bit strange sometimes. So it can hit you with the sword, but with the proper strat, going through corner to corner, it should be fine. And also here you met for the first time Laura.
Everybody's favorite
so.
little girl, Laura.
That's right.
Although she does seem to, once you get to the end of the story, you can kind of see why she's like she is. Very beginning, it's like, ooh,
yeah.
a little more disciplined as a kid.
Also, another thing to mention is in this game, all the puzzles are randomized every time you play the game. So that also affects in the run, especially if you are running the PS2 version, because there's later in the game you have to guess a code by hit an error thing like that, and because there's some a weird mechanic in the PS2 version, which there's like a fade in fade out transition between inventory and game. You can get hit in a cockroach room, a famous cockroach room. Sorry. But yeah, all the puzzles and riddles in this game are randomized. At least the codes, that's for sure.
And the dead guy in the chair was Harry Mason, correct?
Yep.
On the
Actually,
TV.
all dead bodies are James model.
So that's like where number 3 kind of takes place, where you're Heather, you find Harry sitting in the chair.
Yep. So now the clock puzzle, which you have to land in a specific time, and then you push it and go through. And I think, if I remember correctly, the next door is the first. Yeah, the first time you see Pyramid Head doing some weird stuff with some enemies.
Some weird stuff in the the 4-legged monster.
Yeah.
Don't watch chat. I remember the first time I played this game, I couldn't find the flashlight in the apartment, and it
Yes.
drove me crazy. Actually, I quit the game for like a week. I was like,
especially
the very
if
beginning of the
every
game,
door
I
is
can't find the
locked.
flashlight.
Yeah.
Although back then I didn't know the pro strat to turn the brightness up so you could see when it was dark. So I was basically playing it in the pitch dark, trying to wander around through these rooms.
It's quite hard to find the items in this game because, as we mentioned before, there's a lot of closed doors, corridors, and places to get lost. And yeah, it's well, if you memorize everything, it's okay. But I think in casual playthroughs, yeah, you can get in a little trouble.
And I don't know about this game. I know Silent Hill 1 has an area that you don't have a map for. Is there any areas like that in this game?
I'm trying to remember. I think you actually have a map for every section in this game, I think. I'm trying to remember. Maybe. Yeah, I think in this game there's maps everywhere.
Okay.
So
that would definitely make it a little easier.
Yeah. So
lure
there's
these guys into this corner.
Yeah,
There's an item that we need in the center of this room.
exactly. I think it's the serpent snake coin, I think it is. But the strat here is, well, you have to pack all the enemies in the corner and then run straight to the okay, it's like a
baby carriage, right?
A baby carriage, exactly. And take the coin and get out of there. Sometimes the hitbox can hit you, but I don't really know how that can happen. It's as I mentioned before, it's the hitbox in this game are strange. I don't know, but there's no safe spot there. There's a chance you can get hit there, so you have to be very careful and fast enough. And now I think we are going to meet Eddie. Yep, that's the cinematic when we first.
Okay, that seems always nice when you're trying to eat something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it seems like when I'm watching somebody play Silent Hill 2, they're always at that part when I have like I sit down with my dinner. It's like darn, I turn the stream off for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But that's a scene where that guy just throws up into the toilet for like 5 minutes. It feels like
Yeah.
the sounds are amazing.
Actually, the dub of this game, the all the acting, quite good. It's uncanny as I said, but I think it fits perfectly in the game.
I agree. I agree. This is definitely a step up from 1 to 2, and it's hard to believe this game is actually on the PlayStation 2 and come out kind of early in the PlayStation 2's life.
Mm.
It looks really good. Now he's playing the PC version, but I have it on PS2, and it's still an amazing game on PlayStation 2.
Mm. I think the best thing about Silent Hills are the technical part of the games. For example, of the facial expressions, some animations are super good. Like even better than games nowadays sometimes. And I think it's quite remarkable.
I agree too. That they definitely put a lot of work into this game. I don't know how many years there were between number 1 and number 2, but they definitely had some time to get this game right.
Yeah, they put a special care in facial expressions and things like that, and they are all hand animated, so frame by frame took a lot of work, I think, which
That
is
would be a lot
very
of work.
yeah. It's but the final results are amazing.
And that's why it stands up as, the best or one of the best games in the
Yeah,
in the series.
absolutely, yeah. So now the second coin in Angela's room, and I think we are done with the puzzle. We have to resolve the riddle here, and we are good to go to the Pyramid Head boss fight. I remember this puzzle took me so long to resolve.
Yeah, Silent Hill puzzles are something else.
Yeah. But nothing like the piano puzzle from the first one.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Whoever comes up with or came up with the puzzles for this game definitely put a lot of thought into them. They're not just stupid little like number moving puzzles. Like there was a
Absolutely.
lot into the design of the puzzles in Silent Hill. Gonna be heading to the bowling alley next.
Yes, after this we are going
After, or
to
we gotta
the...
find Maria first. That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly. First we meet Maria and then to the bowling alley. Exactly. The bowling alley. And here's the boss fight. Every time you shoot Pyramid Head it gets slower. So that's like, there's no health bar or nothing like that. There's like a timer that gets reduced every time you hit Pyramid Head and also slows Pyramid Head. So the boss fight is all about shooting and waiting, and that's it. And going to corner to corner. And when you hear like some kind of alarm, a nuclear alarm, that means that the fight is over and Pyramid Head lives.
Got it.
Yeah, he says, I'm bored, I'm leaving, I'm gonna head out.
Fine, and go find more than four-legged creatures.
Yeah. Oh, there's also a ride here in the tunnel.
Yeah, that one right there. And we walked down through the flooded hallway.
Yeah, we have to wait a little bit. Yeah, and 0 hits so far, I suppose,
right.
because yeah. So now we finally meet Maria in the Toluca Lake, I believe it's named. Which is a funny
The
name,
Lakeville
Toluca.
Hotel or Lakeview Hotel is on
Yeah,
the property.
there's also a lot of ammunition and items spreading the map, especially after the hospital section, which you have to spend 10 minutes uh, walking and running around the town, gathering ammunition, especially rifle ammunition. You're going to need that for the two Pyramid Heads boss fight.
And I got word that my mic was a little bit low, so I turned it up a little bit. Hopefully that's better for you guys. I apologize. Back to running simulator till we find Maria.
Yep. We have to mention. You have also to mention that if Maria gets hit, it is not considered as a hit, but if she dies, it is counted as a hit.
Okay.
Because
Probably
if
works
Maria dies, it's well, you have to restart the last checkpoint. So it is, yeah, it's more like a death situation. I think it's more. So we count that as a hit. So yeah, now collecting some ammunition, running around, doing some tourism in Silent Hill. And the bowling alley.
Did
Where
you
we
find
meet
the lake
Laura
you're looking
and
for?
Eddie again.
What's her name? Mary?
And now to the hospital. I think the hospital is the hardest section in the game, I would say. Probably the hardest, yeah. Because there's a lot of enemies in very narrow corridors, and in hard difficulty, the enemies can respawn. If you kill the enemy, there's a chance that the enemy gets up again when you reset the room, so to speak. In normal difficulty, I don't think that happens. I think it's just one life per enemy. It's a little bit hard to explain.
Pass through Heaven's Night, which is the nightclub
Yep.
that Maria works at. On the way to the hospital, Vicarious said.
The main strat I think is to leave Maria in a certain room in the third floor, I believe, or second floor. So she can get hit and eventually get killed. And we can do our stuffs alone. Yeah, third floor, exactly.
Yeah, and all of a sudden she becomes like ill or something, right? So you leave her there.
Yeah, it's like she's feeling like ill or dizzy, and you have to leave it there. And you can do the rest of the hospital section by your own, and so it's way easier that way.
Ammo. We're gonna see
There's
the
a
other world or the dark world here for the first time,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, we are going to see the other world when I think it happens. I don't remember honestly. I think I don't know which event triggers the other world part. I kind of forgot.
After we kill the monsters stuffed in the cages,
Ah, yeah,
read a letter.
yeah, yeah. I now I remember. Yeah, you're right. Now we grab the shotgun and the needle for puzzle. Also, the shotgun feels. Uh, I mean, it's a good weapon, but in the first game, it was amazing. The shotgun in Silent Hill 1, it's just perfection. Feels so good. You can even walk while aiming the gun, and there's also a this like unique mechanic in Silent Hill 1 when if you aim the gun, it reloads itself. So it's a weird mechanic, but it's also very comfortable. I think for some fights and boss fights especially. You don't have to manually reload the gun in Silent Hill 1. But here, well, in Silent Hill 2 and 3 and goes on is, well, you have to reload manually the gun in the inventory or with animation. And here we are going to witness a close encounter with Pyramid Head, which this is forced damage. This is a forced damage section when where Pyramid Heads like pushes you to the edge of the attic, and it deals like almost almost full damage. So you have to heal up again. That's why Miguel took the medic kit and some health items in the way. Now the cage puzzle. We need 2 keys and 2 codes. In order to get the last part of the puzzle, which I think is a hair. Yeah, it's a hair. Like a piece of hair, something like that. And you have to combine it with the needle to pick another key.
Silent Hill always has like crazy puzzles where you have to like make this ridiculous like invention to try to get a key out of a drain or down a hole or something.
Yeah,
Like a
absolutely.
staple of the franchise.
Mhm. Also in Silent Hill 4, which is a quite different game in some aspects of the game, I think is way different. Also, the puzzles in Silent Hill 4 are way different because you have to interact with the apartment and the other worlds. You have to pick items and bring it to the apartment and interact with some things and stuff, and it's quite different and also sometimes a bit crazy.
That's true, yeah. Four is
Wait!
a little bit of a departure from the first three, I would
Yeah,
say.
in the back.
Mm. Yep. And now we are in the... I think this enemy is called Flesh Lips, which is a very unnerving name. Well, there's in the
What's it called?
first part of the fight, you have to fight two enemies, and then it will spawn another one. Well, the strat is quite simple. Just run around and shoot
They
with the
like grab
shotgun.
you with their feet, don't they?
Yep,
It's
exactly.
really funny.
They have two attacks actually. They have like a grabbing attack with their feet, and there's also like some kind of hit where they I don't know which movement they do. It's like a swing attack with the whole body, which has absolutely ridiculous hitbox. And there's the third one coming from the ceiling. Oh, he got stuck. Oh, the AI broke, I think. A little bit, a little bit. But yeah, with the shotgun is the he has to reload. That's like, it's a mistake. You have to avoid that situation. You always have to reload with the inventory, not with animation, because animation
Okay.
is leads you to very tricky situations like that when you can't do anything. You have to wait 2 seconds to James to reload. So always with the inventory. Never let that happen. And now we are in the other world. Where everything is rusty and deteriorated and
Our
in
first
a very
glimpse of the
bad
game?
condition. Yep. Very iconic enemy, I would say.
Yeah, you can't think of Silent Hill without thinking of the nurses.
Yeah.
Kind of neat how they evolved from game to game to game. They just keep reusing the same nurse figure.
Yeah. Even in Silent Hill Origins, I believe. And here we are going to meet again Maria in the basement. So we have to take care of her to the end of the hospital section. But it's not a big deal, to be honest. It's just if you clean the enemies before in the corridors and narrow areas, you should be fine.
This is a tough area coming up, right, with the Pyramid Head chase part.
Yeah. The Pyramid Head chase it's also a very weird section of the run, because Miguel is going to try to he's going to try to not bug, but he's going to try to do like a special strat where Pyramid Head spawns, but Maria stays in the beginning of the corridor. So it's going to be, I think, if he manages to do that, it would be cool to see. Otherwise, you have to slow Pyramid Head, just like in the first encounter, the first boss fight. You can slow Pyramid Head with your shots, and that will be the strat for the corridor section. But as I mentioned, I think Miguel is going to try that strat where he leaves Maria in the beginning of the corridor. Let's see if he can do that. He's praying. Preach. So in order to do this kind of book, or I don't know if we can call it glitch, but you have to wait to Maria with a specific animation. When she touches her hair, that's the moment you have to run. And if everything's okay, that I don't think it is okay, because I think Maria got hit there. Yeah, it got hit, but it's okay. It doesn't count as a hit. It's a weird situation when you can manipulate the AI, but he couldn't make it, but it's okay. The section is still clean, so. And the hospital.
Just like a little bonus then if you can get Maria through there clean.
Yeah, there's a way, but you have to shut Pyramid Head in a specific turns of the corridor, and yeah, it's quite. It's not that difficult, but it is. Yeah, I would say tricky to slow Pyramid Head and then let Maria run a little bit with some distance. And the hospital section is done. Now another 10 minutes of running simulator and picking ammunition. Yeah, exactly. Now Silent Hill is in pitch black, darkness, night, whatever it is. So yeah, this part is painful to memorize because there's no light. You have to use all the environment to see where you at in every moment, which is quite difficult to memorize, to be honest. But yeah, now it's just picking ammunition and running around, dodging some enemies. You gotta be careful if they aggro you.
Notice him, he keeps shutting the light off when he gets in some areas, and that's so that he doesn't aggro the enemies.
Yep, especially in the prison section, you have to be very careful with the light.
you have to have the light on to pick up items, and you have to have that on to shoot as well.
Well, you can shoot without the light, but
Okay.
James sometimes it's difficult for James to aim properly. I mean, you have to be very close to the enemy to aim at them. So the light is always if you turn the light on, it's always easier to aim with your gun. But you can still shoot with no light. It's a bit difficult because you have to be closer to the enemy, but it's not a big deal, I think.
This time you turn the light off, you're just wanting to stealth around stuff anyway, right? You're not really wanting to shoot anything with the light off.
Exactly. Or to make the first shot.
Oh, okay. So you turn the light on, shoot them, and then shut the light off.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so far so good for Miguel. 40 minutes. We are already done with the hospital section and we are going to the prison. Well, I think it's a prison. Yeah, I would say it's a prison, right?
Yeah, we're headed to Toluca Prison.
Yeah.
You're not familiar with the game. Maria, air quotes, got killed in the hospital by the Pyramid Head. So that's why we're alone now without Maria.
Yep.
So now that Maria's dead, we're not really worried about her anymore. James is back to trying to figure out where his wife is. That's what we're doing again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the same thing to do whenever there's a big, like, sword-wielding, pyramid-headed guy chasing you. Is you continue to search for your missing wife.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing to do.
But this game has a really good story. If you've not played this game, I highly recommend going through it and doing a story play of it because it does have a really, really good story.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. It's all about the story, I think, and an atmosphere with this game. It's so good, so well done. We have to mention this is a very old game, so I think it has more value.
I want to say probably like 2004, right? This came out 2005.
I think it's 2001.
2001. Holy crap! This is
Yep.
really old. It was early PlayStation 2. Like I said, it looks on the PlayStation 2 version looked amazing for the technology at the time.
Yeah.
But would you recommend running this game on the PC version then?
If you're playing the casual playthrough, if it is your first time, yeah, absolutely. And there's a enhanced edition made for by fans, I think, and it's spectacular. It's quite high quality in every aspect, sound and textures, everything. It's super good. I highly recommend that that edition. So yeah, I think PC version, the enhanced edition, I think it's called. It's the best way to play this game for the first time, I think. The PS2 version is also, well, it's the vanilla version, so it's also good. But if you are looking for to have the best experience possible, I think the enhanced edition is the best option, I would say. Also, we have to say that PC versions overall, Silent Hill PC versions 2, 3, and 4 are horrible. Horrible. You have to put like a lot of add-ons and third-party applications to properly run the game. But once you manage to do that, the experience is quite good.
Okay.
I
So
don't
it's
know.
worth it. It's a little bit of a hassle getting them set up, but it's worth it in the end.
Yeah, exactly. I would say so.
Right, so we just got the key that was buried under the statue in the park, and we're headed now to the Historical Society.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And underneath the historical society, there's a strangely prison right there.
The perfect
That's
place to
a
put a
weird
prison,
place.
right?
Yeah,
The
yeah, exactly. That's
Historical
what I want to
Society.
say. Yep. It's a weird place to put a prison.
Not sure what ending Dell was going for. You might get a clue when we get to a certain point. What he's going for here.
The endings of this game depends of it's like a point system, which affects in some specific situation. For example, if Maria gets hit or damaged by something, there's more likely to achieve some ending rather than another one. For example, if you let Maria get hit by, let's say, 20 enemies, you're going to trigger. I think it is the. It's a bad ending. That's I would say. It all depends of all the things you do in the run. If you let Maria get hit or damaged by enemies, if you also look at the picture with you of Maria, if you check that picture many times in the game or in some specific parts, there's also a key factor to trigger another ending. So there's a lot of things.
A few endings. I think there's about 6 endings to this game.
There's I think it's 4
Steve?
endings. 4
Water?
endings. There's a UFO ending, a dog ending, bad ending, the escape ending. I think it is considered as a good ending. And there is also a Maria ending, which is neutral ending. I would say it is not bad, and it's also not good at all. So I think it's 5 endings, 2 secrets
Okay.
and 3 canon.
We're in the labyrinth now?
Yeah, well, we are entering the prison. The labyrinth
Okay.
is the main part is after the prison.
I'm sorry for all this background noise. My cat just decides that she just wants to do whatever she wants to do.
It's okay. And here's the cockroach room, which is a pain. It's so painful. This room is painful because you have to press a keypad with some random code and he got hit by a cockroach.
Ooh.
Yeah, you have to turn on the light, use the panel, and you have to try a code every time to find the correct one, and it's a hit and miss combination. So you have to try between those three numbers. Sorry. Once you hear the unlock sound, you can get out of there. But he got hit by a cockroach, so unfortunately.
Still got a really good run going here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. That room is so bad. It can kill runs easily. Also, the cockroaches they can only hurt you if you have the light turned on.
That's how they
But
take advantage of you. When you turn the light on to use the panel, they hit you real quick.
yeah, exactly. The sad part is that you have to turn the light on in that part in order to interact with the panel, so you can get hit there, and that's what just happened. Unfortunately, but
Kind of like
it's
RNG.
yeah, it's exactly. It's more like RNG sometimes. He got hit again by the crawler. Crawlers, well, that enemy that eats some kind of smoke, it's a very common enemy. When you how can I describe it? If you damage that enemy and it can crawl like this and stagger you and deals like one pinch of damage.
They're so fast.
Yeah, they're super fast. It is not even worth it to take down those enemies. Yeah, but the prison is also very, very, very hard, I would say. Maybe normal difficulty is even harder.
Very tight corridors in here.
Yes. And now we have to put 3 plates here in order to unlock another item for the puzzle. Which is, I think it's a horseshoe. Yep, a horseshoe. But the prison is almost over, and then we can say hi to the maze area, which is also very painful. We are talking about very tight corridors and narrow rooms and things like that. Well, the maze section is all about that.
James has that same mechanic as Harry, right? Where he can run into the wall and stagger himself.
Only in hard
They take that out of
difficulty.
this game. I don't remember.
Only in hard difficulty.
Okay. I say because
I
I've
don't know
sometimes
why.
done that where you accidentally run into the wall and stagger yourself, and then you get hit because of that.
It's not considered as a hit, but yeah, it's super annoying because sometimes it can lead you to an enemy hit. I think James spent like 2 seconds in a stagger animation every time you run into a wall.
Yeah, then something can sneak up on you and hit you.
Exactly.
It's over.
But only in
That's a
hard
tough
difficulty.
in downhill is the running mechanic, I think.
Yeah. And this elevator took forever. I gotta say.
Now, is this just a loading screen, or is this just for ambience for the gameplay?
I think it's for ambient, actually.
I think like every Silent Hill game has that long descent, whether it's like a staircase or an elevator or a hole you jump in where you just do nothing for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's like a break point, right? And now entering the maze. Very close encounters.
Our buddy Eddie
And
again here soon.
yep, after this section. To dodge some enemies very, very carefully. And then there's this puzzle that I really hate. But if you know the solution, it's quite simple. And there's again Maria.
Sitting there very casually
Yeah.
with her legs not crossed.
Like nothing happened. Oh, let's do a little of backtracking to this door and use these wire cutters. And more corridors with more enemies. And there's also a pyramid head walking in this section, I believe. But you can skip it. It's okay.
Good job taking care of that guy.
Yep.
You can still get hit with the light off in this game, right?
Yeah. And also the camera angles sometimes, for example, here, can be very, very against your favor. They can be against your favor. So you have to memorize every camera angle in those situations in order to not get hit.
As soon as he spawned into that area, that enemy was right on top of him.
Yep. Oh, but before Eddie's boss fight, we have to do the abstract daddy, the Angel's
That's right.
trauma.
Yeah, this is an interesting room.
Yeah, very unnerving.
Yeah.
Well, the strat here is just running
room, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna make the boss. It's gonna be like this dude with like a painting over his back. He's gonna slowly walk towards you. Everybody else like, I love it. Let's do it.
Exactly. Well, the symbolism of this fight and the enemy, the encounter, is quite hard and very tragic.
I agree. Definitely, if you don't know the lore of this game, go back through and play it.
Yeah.
Or watch a walkthrough of it because it is a very good, very, very touching story.
Absolutely. Now we have to do this puzzle with the bodies, and we are going to do the Eddie's boss fight. Which is a very tricky boss fight. The Eddie's AI is very unpredictable sometimes. Sometimes he does whatever he wants, and he can catch you on guard. So before that, we have to go to the Maria Maria's room to see she's dead again.
How many times is she gonna die in this playthrough? James just like, oh, okay.
I think 3 times.
Fine. All right.
And to Eddie's fight. There's two parts of this boss fight. The first part is just bonking Eddie to his death, or practically, I will say, with the pipe. And then, well, Miguel also uses the pipe in the second part of the fight. Bonk all the time. Bonking Eddie. Poor Eddie.
You think he learned after the first 4 bonks that he should probably run the other direction?
Yeah. No, he realized that he can take that fight and runs away. And the second section, we have to use this kind of meat things to dodge the punch of Eddie's punch, and again,
That's
bonk.
a cool strategy.
What? Yeah. Miguel looking
so
at
funny,
the
because
camera. Yeah, it's all
that's
that.
to take damage and it just goes right through him.
Punches the meat sack or whatever that is. Well, it represents Eddie's, of course, but and just let Eddie go for you and bonk.
So you don't use the
Bonking all
gun
the way.
unless you use the gun on him.
Yeah, you can actually use the shotgun, but sometimes the stagger makes the Eddie's AI go crazy sometimes with the shotgun. I don't know why, but only happens in the PC version. Only the PC version. So that's why running this game in PC or PS2 makes the difference, because, well, the AI is completely different.
Got him.
Yep, GG.
Eddie?
And then James realizes that he killed a human being. And the boat section, which the infamous part of the game. There's also a timer at the end of the game. The boat section, it has its own timer. I don't really know why.
This is an interesting part of the run. Or you
Yeah.
can just hypothetically, if you're not rowing toward that light, you can just row forever, right?
I think so.
And sometimes I've had it where I like start rowing toward the light, and after a couple minutes, I'm like, wait, maybe I'm not supposed to row toward the light. And then you turn around and you go a different direction, and it just messes everything up.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. You can get lost here so easily. So easy to get lost here.
If we're just basically now a rowing simulator, we're rowing toward the bright light.
Yeah. Just follow the light like a moth.
Headed to the restaurant and the hotel.
Yep. The
We're
last
getting
part
close
of the
to the end
game.
now, right?
Yeah, like maybe 20 minutes left. Well, 20 minutes left, I would say.
Jeez, Miguel's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Flying
Really
through
good
it.
time. Only 2 hits, and those hits were very unfortunate, so it's a very, very good run. . 。  . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . hotel section is not very hard. It's quite short, I would say. It's also picking items and going through room to room. There's a particular moment that you have to put all your stuff in some kind of closet or something like that, and you have to do a specific section of the hotel without any gun, with no guns, no weapons, nothing, and only dodging enemies.
That's got to be an unnerving part of the run.
Yeah, absolutely.
She is. She's high.
Yeah.
James had to row the whole way over to the hotel. Makes you wonder how Laura got there.
It's a mystery. The character of Laura it's like a mystery sometimes. I think it is known that it's a child that Maria met in the hospital. Well, Mary, sorry, in the hospital when she was sick. But yeah, it's more like I would say it's more like a mystery.
Fish key.
We need a
So you
key
use a
to
key
get a
to
key.
open up a briefcase to find another key.
Yeah. Silent Hill riddles and puzzles everywhere. Yeah, and the hotel is full of abstract diaries for some reason. I don't really know why, but there's abstract diaries there.
Maybe because you encounter Laura again here.
Probably, I don't really know. And then the suitcase code, which is also randomized. It is different in every game and every run. Here we have kill, so but it could be dust, love, a lot of words. And that's the part where we have to put everything in the closet. Even the picture, even the letter, everything.
Well, you'd think if they had this built into the game, they'd have like a command that would just dump everything for you quickly.
Yeah. But sadly, you have to go
In this
one by
section,
one.
now.
Yep. But the fun part is you can't go with the picture or even the letter.
Make
Too
sure you
heavy.
take a leap before you get on this elevator. You'll be overweight.
Yeah.
Has there been any
No.
news about the remake of this game?
Oh yeah. I don't know how to. I don't know what to think about the remake. To be honest, I have no expectations. I hope it's fine. That's all. They have so much pressure in this game. Well, because it's a very popular game. So let's see how they do it.
I'm kind of afraid they might ruin it because the game is so good on its own.
Yeah.
The original. Who would have thought they would have gave us a remake of Silent Hill 1 first?
Yeah.
And it's the order. I mean, Silent Hill was a great game as well. Um, but you would have thought they would have remade that one before they remade this one.
Mm.
They've done a good job of not leaking anything. I mean, there hasn't been any screenshots. As far as I'm aware, there hasn't been much news at all about Silent Hill 2.
No, not really. Yeah, I think only the trailer and a couple of news about the game and the developing of the game, and nothing else. I think.
They gave it a release date for.
Well, I don't think so. I think it was like more like a fake news. There's something else.
Okay.
They said in September, but well, we are already in October, almost November, and
It's 2 months
nothing
behind
came out,
now.
so- yeah.
I'd rather them take the time though and get it right. It seems like nowadays a lot of publishers just dump the game out under the impression,
yeah.
oh, hey, we can hot fix all this stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. I agree.
Like, I'm OG. I come from back in the day where there was no downloading patches over the internet. Like, once a publisher released a game, like, that's what you got. So they put extra care into making sure it was good before they put it out.
Yep, absolutely. Nowadays we have like unfinished games, and we have to pay even more to DLCs and things like that, which sometimes they are very good. For example, From Software DLCs are quite well, they're amazing. But it's more about unfinished games. For
Yeah.
example, I can remember, I don't know. People say Callisto
Let's get it down. We
Protocols
can patch
as
it
an
after the
example.
fact.
Yeah, exactly. And now we are going to the room, our special place. And then James is going to remember that he actually killed Maria. No way.
Oh, not James.
The pillow incident.
A lot of people don't know is that she is in the car at the very beginning of the game. We're
Yeah,
searching for her, and she was in the car the whole time.
Yeah, I think it's not an official thing, but it's more like a speculation. But it got so popular that it's almost canon.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a good touch if you think about it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, once you beat the game and then you go back and you find that out, and you're like, oh. Because then next time you start the game, you're like trying to look in the back window.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I did.
You're like, well, I can't see her. She's in there. I know she's in there. But now the hotel transformed. You would have noticed earlier the hotel was nice looking. That was like how James was imagining the hotel to be. And now this is what it actually looks like after the fire.
Yeah.
Crap, did that guy get on him fast? No water physics for that enemy.
Now everything is flooded, and well, this cinematic is perfection. I think it's so good. But sadly, we have to skip it.
Just skip it. But yeah, if you guys don't know the story of this game, definitely go play through it or watch a walkthrough of it, a story playthrough, because it is very, very good.
There's also this enemy that only appears twice in the game, I think. They're called mangles, I think. They're just hanging around.
So they can't hit you through that floor, I don't think.
Yeah, they can hit you, yeah, but it's very rare. You have to you have to stand still in order to get hit by those enemies. And now the two Pyramid Head boss fight, which is quite boring. You just have to go around and around in circles and shooting when you have the opportunity. So, yep. Also, this fight in hard difficulty is almost impossible in the PC version. Maybe because of the frames, but the pyramid heads go like super fast in PC version. Super fast. So
And their AI is designed to box you in instead
Yeah.
of just continuously following you to try to box you in.
exactly. So the
He's the one behind
PS2,
instead of walking toward James, he's walking to the side of James.
yeah, look at that pyramid head. It's trying to block you the path.
Well, there's no way to time this boss out, right?
Actually, I think it is also a timer running, and in every shot you shot,
Okay.
the timer gets a little bit lower. So the rifle, it's all about the damage you do. So if you do more damage with the rifle in this case, the timer goes lower and lower, even lower.
Okay.
So that's why you need the rifle ammunition for this part.
That was nice. They're changing the way he was circling to reset
Yeah.
the room, basically. And must been
Did he get hit? I don't really know.
I don't think
I
so.
was
think
I was
yeah,
talking and my mind was in another planet.
It was close.
Yeah. But yeah, the fight is pretty much going around in circles, and that's it. As I was mentioning before, PS2 version of the PS2 version is way easier to fight these guys. I think it's because of the frame rate or something like that, but I don't really know why. But they are way easier in the PS2 version. They are so much slower. So.
Their speed doesn't seem to be slowing down in this fight.
Hmm.
He deals damage. So the damage just reduces the clock timer.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how long took this fight if you don't shot any of your weapons. Maybe half an
What a
hour.
weird freaking cutscene that is, isn't it?
They stabbed themselves. I don't know why.
Yeah, they're like, okay, we lost.
You know
Time to
what?
get up.
Screw it.
Let's just finish ourselves off. We've disgraced the other pyramid heads in our family.
Yeah.
Can't go back to Papa Pyramid Head, not with James not dead.
Mhm. And then they land 2x for some reason. I think there's something about those eggs, but I don't really know.
Mary?
Yeah, that's
What do you
kind of an
want,
interesting
James?
thing that they put in it. They use the eggs to
I
open the
brought
door.
you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go
And
home
now-
already.
The final boss
Mary,
fight.
what are you saying?
Mary or Marie. I think it's
disgusting.
Mary actually. I don't
I
know.
don't deserve flowers.
I was a little bit lost.
Says it's the Mary boss.
Yeah, Mary.
So you said he's gonna attack this boss instead of trying to time it out.
In normal difficulty, you fight this boss. In hard
Okay.
difficulty, you avoid any kind of fighting because it's way harder in hard mode. She's so fast, she attacks every time, and there's this annoying attack which spawns like some kind of flies or moths, or I don't know some insects, flying insects, or even bats, I don't know. But yeah. And you can also see the ending, well, which ending you triggered from Maria's position. If she is standing in the window, I think it is the escape ending, which is the good ending, you can say. If she is in the bed, I think it is the Maria ending. But I don't remember too well. And yeah, in normal difficulty you go around and around in circles. Nothing new. Shooting. The game is all about running in circles, not running in circles and shooting when you can. And shoot Maria the hell out of it.
Keep running and shooting.
Running and shooting.
And her tentacle is the main thing you attack with, right?
Yeah,
Or was like fast?
yeah. If she gets closer, she hits with some kind of tentacle. Yeah, so just
That animation is kind of funny. I always like it. It's
yeah.
like a 2D bad animation.
It's a weird animation. I think we are almost done with the fight. Maybe just a couple of pistol magazines or clips. I don't know how to call them.
The pistol is the preferred weapon against the final boss.
Yeah. Especially because you have like long range with the pistol.
Okay.
Maybe you can use the rifle, but I don't think you have any ammunition left from the previous fight.
The normal run of this definitely looks like the ideal one. I've watched playthroughs like the harder difficulties, and like the timeout with that, and it just takes so much longer. Fight
Yeah.
individual pyramid heads takes so much longer. This is like the better.
Yeah, normal difficulty is the best way to kill Mary. Otherwise, it's 10 minutes running.
And that'd be alright, I guess, for just like personal pride. You say, hey, I got the run, but like for a marathon setting, this is definitely
Yeah.
a better run.
And she's spawning all the time the same attack.
There we go.
And there we go. Yeah, GG. That's it. Silent Hill 2. No hit run. Very good run. The
Mary?
cockroach room was the problem, but that room is, as we mentioned before, is painful.
Yeah, that's pretty much RNG when you're trying to put that code in.
In my
Yep.
restless dreams, I see that town,
But absolutely GG, a very good
Silent
run.
Hill.
Very good time.
Yeah, amazing run. Well done.
You promised
well done,
you'd
guys.
take me there again someday.
Craig, you did fantastic commentary.
you
Thank you
never
so much
did.
for coming in at the last second, Vacheras.
Well,
Don't worry.
well,
I'm alone
well
there
needed.
now.
And thank you as well, Knight.
In our
Did a
special
cracking job.
place,
You wouldn't be able to tell that you didn't know about the game at all.
waiting for you,
That was
Oh, my
excellent.
pleasure. I appreciate
Excellent
it.
commentary.
Vaqueros definitely, he carried the weight
waiting
here.
for you to come to see me.
For this
He did the heavy
commentary.
lifting and let you
But you never
input
did.
what you
It looked
could.
pretty.
That's it. An amazing run by Miguel as
And
well.
so I wait,
Muy buenos
wrapped
to
in my
him.
cocoon
And
of
thank you
This
to
kind
pain
of game like
everybody.
this,
and
very, very
loneliness.
impressive.
Yeah, super
I
impressive.
know I've done a terrible thing to you.
Thank you all, everybody in
Something
chat. There's been
you'll
a
never
lot of you
forgive
hanging
me
out
for.
throughout the stream. We've got so much more
I wish I could
tomorrow
change that,
to come, so make sure you come back same time,
but I can't.
same place. Stick around. We are going to raid someone as well
I feel so
in just a
pathetic
couple of
and
seconds.
ugly laying
Thank you to
here.
all of our runners and all of our
waiting
commentators
for
today.
you.
Everyone's done an amazing job, and we will
Every
see you all
day I
again
stare up at the
very, very
cracks in the
soon for
ceiling,
more tomorrow.
and all I can think
Good night,
about
everybody.